The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
Wow, right? Different parties, same message. For decades, the presidents have agreed the U.S. must crack down on illegal immigration. You saw Democrat and Republican, right? Now lawmakers are trying to turn that shared goal into policy. At least one is. And hopefully Democrats will flash back and understand they used to agree with this. It's a bipartisan bill known as the Dignity Act. It promises tougher enforcement and worker protections while offering certain undocumented immigrants legal status without citizens if they pass background checks, pay taxes, and stay employed. Supporters are calling it reform, while critics are calling it amnesty. Let's ask the Republican New York Congressman Michael Lawler, who co-sponsored the bill, and Democratic immigration attorney Michael Wilds, who is the immigration attorney of Melania Trump. Welcome to both of you guys. Great to see you. Tell me about the Dignity Act. Expand on it, Congressman Lawler. And is there other Democratic support for this?
Yeah, Brian, this has broad bipartisan support. In fact, this Congress, we have added significantly more co-sponsors than last, because I think folks do recognize that we have a problem. Immigration has not been reformed since 1986, the year I was born. And the fact is, our immigration system is fundamentally broken. President Trump was right to focus on securing the border, and he has effectively done that. We've had 9 straight months of net zero illegal border crossings. He was right to focus on the deportation of criminal aliens. The next step is to actually fix the broken system. This bill is common sense. It says if you've been here more than 5 years, so not the people that came under Joe Biden's disastrous administration, but the people who have been in this country more than 5 years, 10, 15, 20 years, whose children and grandchildren may in fact be American citizens, they would qualify if they have not committed a crime. They pay back taxes, they pay a fine, they have a job, and they do not collect government benefits. They would qualify for a legal status, not citizenship. They would be precluded from citizenship. But this would get people out of the shadows and start to fix the broken system so that we can address some of the major challenges. The fact is, we have over 25 million people in this country undocumented. You're not rounding them all up and kicking them out. The criminals need to go, and the president has been right to focus on that. And the last thing I'd say, Brian, the president exposed many of the Democrats during the State of the Union when they refused to stand for protecting American citizens over illegal immigrants. I want to end sanctuary city policies. Actually having a comprehensive approach here is the best way to do that and force the Democrats' hand, end the sanctuary cities, deport the criminals, secure the border, and fix our broken system.
Michael, could you get behind this? You spend your life and your family, your dad spent a life in the immigration area. Can you get behind the Dignity Act?
My late father was John Lennon's lawyer, and I had the privilege of representing Mrs. Trump. We're blessed with wonderful people that have come through America's golden doors. It's a step in the right direction. It may not be what Democrats necessarily want, but the conversation of onboarding America's talent is good business. It's very valuable for us not to only stop bad people from coming through the border. I'm a former federal prosecutor myself, but to also onboard foreign students who are paying tuition, and then we compete against them when they go to another country. But to onboard people into the workforce, to fix the broken immigration system. It was President Reagan, a former Democrat, who later in life as a Republican gave 3 million green cards to people in 1986 that could prove they were here unlawfully in 82. We don't have enough beds, handcuffs, and cars to move 25+ million people out. The question is, are we going to take that golden tool in our toolbox, that very DNA of America, that Lady Liberty portends,
right,
that very special thing that our founding documents and parents envisioned, and that is a country made up of people with accents, whether they pray on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday, but will help build America's future together.
Right.
We're not going to deport them. We need to onboard them properly.
I want you to both weigh in real quick. And Trump feels that way. There's meat packers, there's people in the service industry, farmers who have voted for Trump who said, you can't throw out my workforce. Like it or not, they're the backbone of it. And the president's talking about a long-term work visa, Mike Lawler. But some Republicans cringe at that thought process. But he told me on radio, he's like, I'm thinking about doing something for those industries, for the illegals here who came here illegally, but maybe don't give them citizenship, but give them long-term visas. Could that be something you get behind, Mike Lawler?
Of course. And again, this is what the Dignity Act does. It doesn't give them a pathway to citizenship.
Yep.
It gives them legal status so that they can actually continue working.
Mike Wiles, Congressman Mike Lawler, thanks so much. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks, because I think the president could be open to it, because no one ever thought it was possible to seal the border. He did that, making reform truly something that could get done. Mike Lawler, Mike Wiles, great job.